Hello everyone, Trevor Russell here, business growth consultant, sales strategist and trainer, speaker, and apparently pretty good guy on most days. So I'm here with a good friend of mine and colleague, Jason Schultz, who has a digital marketing agency called Five Tails. And Jason and I have been doing some great work together, and I've really gotten to see and experience firsthand the type of work that Jason and his team are doing in helping businesses to unravel the complexities of digital marketing and the whole online marketing space, which, as I'm sure if you're watching this, is something that it's not a matter of if we should know it, it's a matter of that we have to know it, especially if we really want to embrace marketing our businesses using all modern forms of marketing and sales strategy. So thank you, Jason, for joining us. What I'd like to do, Jason, for the time that we've got here is very quickly find out more about you and why you guys do what you do at Five Tails, you know, where digital marketing is not working for businesses, what you've learned as a couple of quick strategies and ideas to share around how to help businesses make their digital marketing and their online footprint or presence work in relation to achieving their goals. You're going to show us some specific helpful tips in relation to how that looks, how people could contact you if they would like assistance from you to help them with their digital marketing. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Why don't you give us the quick introduction, Jason, of who you are and what Five Tails does, and yeah, why you do what you do.
It's Jason Schultz, obviously, from Five Tails. We're a digital marketing agency. We've been Brisbane-based for 4 years now. And I think, you know, the reason that we originally really got interested in marketing and really got interested in digital marketing specifically is we just found that we really love business. We have always enjoyed business. We had a previous business ourselves that we sold. And, you know, I think the things that we love is we just love the relationships. We love the complexities, the challenges of it, probably the same things that, you know, draw most people to business. And just found talking to business owners was, you know, fascinating. And you could really go, when it comes to marketing, you can really go quite deep into a business in order to really understand, you know, what's happening and, you know, what's working for the business and not working. And it's really a way to leverage and grow a business. And we just found it to be fascinating.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jason. And I suppose then the most important question for me and many people that I meet and work with is the good and the bad with digital marketing, because I see, you know, we're all exposed to the ads that come through, what we see people promising. I speak at a lot of events and I see a lot of supposed digital marketing, SEO, AdWords specialists in there, yet I see a lot of them having a part-time job because their current business doesn't even work to give them the type of income that they need to run a proper business. But then we also have, you know, fully committed digital marketing agencies that work beautifully. So what are you seeing from your experience that is not working for businesses when it comes to them and their digital marketing? What are you seeing as their challenges?
So I think they face, you know, probably the three biggest challenges I'd say that businesses face when it comes to digital marketing is really, it's hard because it's, you know, there's new technology all the time. There's always new things coming out, always new information. And I think secondly, there's often too many choices. You know, you've got so much information out there when it comes to do-it-yourself options, or, you know, you should be doing this if you're this type of business. And it's very, very hard when, you know, there's a lot of recommendations out there, a lot of information saying this is what you should be doing, but it's not really, you know, tailored. You really need to apply that to your business. But in order to do that, you have to have an understanding of how it actually applies to you and your situation, which I think makes it really difficult. And then I think thirdly, for most business owners who are, you know, service-based businesses, so, you know, they carry out a service for a client, they, you know, probably struggle with the same thing that I think it's the book, The E-Myth, Michael Gerber's book. You know, they struggle because they're very good at what it is they do. You know, they might be a fantastic plumber, electrician, consultant, advisor. However, they're not very good at when it comes to running their own business. They're not very good when it comes to selling their own business. You know, they don't typically do a great job of that. So I think, you know, it's a skill they're not necessarily used to. And I think
that's right.
it makes it hard.
And every day they wake up, as you said, there's so many choices, so many new things to do every single day. And it can be...
Online marketing goes, there's no barriers to entry. Anyone can set up shop. There's no professional bodies. You know, you really are going off. You really want to see the results of whoever it is you're looking to work with in order to get an understanding of whether that's going to translate for your business as well.
So the next question is, Jason, you know, what's the truth around getting on the first page of Google?
Yeah, so the first page of Google, like back when Google was probably a bit newer, it was a newer concept to people. It was very hard to say, you know, get in the top 3 positions on Google and you're going to receive 70% of the search traffic for a search term. Like that's a mouthful to say, and it's a mouthful for, it's a lot for someone to unpack. So, you know, a handful of firms came up with the idea that they were going to sell to get you on the first page of Google. And that was taken across the entire industry. Because in reality, even sitting at the bottom of the first page of Google, you're probably going to be seeing something around 2% of the people that search for a term each month. So it's really not going to be very valuable for your business at all. So it's a very common misconception that getting to the first page of Google is going to be a good thing. And when, you know, you may see promises for that type of thing, when you're looking for it, it's more really a matter of getting an understanding of, is it actually going to be valuable to get to the first page of Google for that particular search term? Because there's no point getting to the first page of Google for electrician, say, if you're an electrician, when in actual fact, someone who types in the search term electrician in Google could be looking for a job as an electrician. They could be looking to find out what an electrician does. It really doesn't, you know, it's a very extreme example, but the same thing plays out all the time where, you know, you really are trying to reach people with intent, and necessarily having your website on the first page of Google isn't necessarily going to do that. There's, you know, many ways to achieve similar results, but it's tends to be a bit more in depth than that.
And there's just, you know, that's just one part of the pie. But yeah, thanks, Jason. So what do you see from your experience, Jason? If you could share with us, say your top tips, your top recommendations of some things that people must have in relation to their digital marketing working.
Yeah, fantastic. I thought you'd ask something similar. So I had a bit of a think about it, but I think, you know, number one is you really do need to have a fantastic product or a fantastic service. You know, if you don't have a service, if it is a service you're providing, you know, my suggestion would be, and you're not sure what a fantastic product or fantastic is, you know, start with that first and foremost before moving on to anything else when it comes to your digital marketing. Secondly, make sure you have a great website. You know, your website, there's no excuses here today in terms of having a website that oozes trust. It looks great, it's professional, and, you know, your brand looks fantastic wherever someone sees it online. You know, that should be absolutely essential to your marketing strategy, because there's no point getting someone into your website if the website's not usable or the website doesn't look fantastic. Type of industry you're in from a digital marketing standpoint. So are you in the type of industry in which people know they have a problem and they know a solution exists? We'll stick with the electrician there. Think an electrician, a plumber, versus the other situation where people don't necessarily know they have a problem. You need to make them aware that they have a problem. Google search is probably not going to be the best avenue for you. People aren't typing into Google and looking for, or unlikely to be looking for, a consultant to their local retail store. It's most likely a consultant is going to need to approach them and or bring that awareness to them that they have a problem that someone can help them with. So I think 3 is really getting an understanding of what type of industry you're in when it comes to a digital marketing standpoint.
I think that's that very much, if I can jump in and say, is very much with the type of work that I do. If you look at people, what they'll search, there's a million searches on how to do Facebook ads, and what is people's ultimate goal for generally wanting to do a Facebook ad is to generate more clients and sales. But very few people, well, not few, but the numbers are much lower in relation to people searching on how do I attract more clients and grow sales. And that's really ultimately what they're looking for, but it's not what they're searching on as much. Too right. That's a fantastic example. So I know that one. Okay, thank you. Next.
And so, yeah, I suppose then if search is the answer, which for most people that have a business that, you know, is a common service, then if it's yes, then search is really going to be the lowest hanging fruit. So Google search, whether that's paid or whether that's organic, so SEO. And if that's not the case, then obviously your marketing needs to focus on creating the awareness of the problem first and foremost. And then I would say really create, you know, if you're looking at the three things to do when it comes to your SEO, or the three things that most business owners would be able to do, is create a list of the search terms of keywords that you're trying to target, or search terms.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to take some time, but you can use a tool called Keywords Everywhere, which is free, little plugin on Chrome, and just allows you to see the number of people searching for any search term when you type it into Google. And then aim to balance three things as far as selecting those search terms. And those three things would be, number one, if you look at the other competitors for those search terms, are big websites, do they have a lot of pages? Is it going to be difficult to beat them? Number two, do you think that if someone typed in that search term, that the services you offer are exactly what they're looking for? And it comes back to that example before, if someone types in electrician, they may or may not be looking for an electrician in Brisbane who is open. You know, they may be looking for something completely different. So getting an understanding of their intent, and then also seeing, is it worthwhile to target, you know, a search term that, and that's going to be different for every business, because someone might be able to make money out of a search term that only 10 people a month search, whereas another business that might not be worthwhile targeting at all because, you know, your gross margin or something's just not there.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, thank you. So just, yeah, sorry, please continue.
Oh, sorry.
No, go, yeah.
And then the other two I would say is, you know, make sure that you have make sure that when it comes to your website, that you actually do have, each page on your website is about one particular topic. So sticking with the electrician example, you know, you might have one page just about PowerPoint installations. You might have another page just about general electrician. You might have another page about commercial electrician. You might have a page about air conditioning if you do air conditioning as well. So making sure that, you know, if Google came across your website, it could clearly understand all the different topics or services that you offer are. If you all mix that onto one page on the website, it's very hard for Google to get an understanding of that. And lastly, I would say, just if you were going to optimize one thing when it comes to your website, just optimize the page title. And there's no need to get too complicated with that. But my suggestion would be, just type into Google how to optimize my page title, and you're going to come up with some decent enough material. Failing that, there's a pretty good guide for doing that from a site called Backlinko, Backlinko, which is quite useful.
Okay. And
that would probably be it, Trevor, actually.
Yeah, okay. Great. So we want to look at, in summary, I was taking notes myself, thank you, is, you know, make sure that the service that we are delivering or the product is of high value and, you know, doing what we say it does. Have a great website. So, you know, how we're looking out to the world is clean and sharp and modern and fresh, and really presenting the type of problem that our customer or client has and how we provide the solution. If we are going to be wanting to be targeting a keyword-rich environment, we want to focusing on keywords. We want to know what those keywords are. We want to look at what our competitors are doing, and really making sure that our message is targeted and clear. And what I'm hearing from the website is keeping it simple. And then if you're going to do anything, your number one tip would be to optimize your page title. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay. And if anyone wanted anything specific off you, Jason, I know that you guys have a couple of different things. You've got your, you know, how to make SEO work for you. There's some different things that I've seen. Are you okay if people contact you to email them those documents so that they can get those to have a read?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So if someone wanted to get in touch with you, and I know you've got one more thing that I'm going to get you to show us, Jason, but just right here, right now, if someone does want to contact you with having a chat or getting some info off you that could help them with their digital marketing and their general, getting found on the internet marketing, how do they contact you?
So you can either go straight through the website, so www.5, the digit, tales.com.au, or you can email me directly, which is jason@5, tales.com, and happy to send it through.
Okay, so Jason, you were going to show us something. You're going to share your screen, right, to show us some things that could be helpful to people?
Yeah, fantastic. I thought I'd just show a very brief example, just because it can look like a bit of a black box, I think, sometimes, in terms of not really knowing does it work or can it work as far as SEO goes. And you're going to have to let me know, Trevor, I think, if the connection's no good here when I go to share this screen.
Okay. I'll just edit out all the crappy bits, Jason.
Gotcha. Can you see the screen okay now, Trevor?
Yep. Made to match.
Yep. And you can see this one okay?
Yep. Lifetime change. Yep. Got both of them. Yep.
Excellent. Okay, great. So what we're looking at here, this is a house cleaning website called Made to Match. And just want to show very briefly that how a website can be optimized, that it can still look really good even when, and Google can love it. And then I just want to show very briefly how the website's ranked in Google and how that's translating into sales for this particular business, because I can give you a bit of an insider look at that. I'm only going to look at this really briefly, but this is the website here. They're a house cleaning business. This particular page is all about house cleaning in Brisbane, and we're going to see that in a number of locations. If we hover our mouse, and you can go to this page yourself and have a look, we hover our mouse over the top of the tab here, we're going to see that it says House Cleaners Brisbane, the #1 domestic cleaning service. Very obvious there, what service they provide and who they serve, what location they serve. Then we're going to see here that for Google, what's actually the main heading on the page is Brisbane's #1 house cleaning service. You can imagine if someone's looking for house cleaning in Brisbane, chances of them typing in house cleaning service, they're not looking for a job, they're looking for a house cleaning service in Brisbane.
Yeah, nice.
And then just to show here, you can see that the website's nice and cleanly laid out. We've got some testimonials in there. We've got links to other services, but still keeping them on this page if they are interested in house cleaning in Brisbane. Then we've got some of the text for Google, and then we're down the bottom, another call to action. So I don't want to touch on that too much, but just want to show that you can have a website that looks good, really conveys your services, sells your business well, yet at the same time is optimized very well for Google. We're going to jump across here and see how this is translated into positions on Google. So you can type these search terms in yourself to check for yourself, but you can see here, and we won't look at all of these, but if you typed in cleaners Brisbane or domestic cleaners Brisbane or cleaning services Brisbane, madetomatch.com.au, which you can see here, is in the second position on Google for that search term, second, third, and then we can see some of the other, these ones here in yellow all have more than 500 searches a month and are competitive. These ones below are less competitive. And you can see here, House Cleaners North Brisbane, position 1, South Brisbane, position 7, some opportunities there. But you can see that the website ranked highly on Google. And in each instance, it's the home page that we're looking at here. And then we can see how this is translated into sales. So this is the same website, Made to Match. We can see up the top here. And this is their actual booking system. It's obviously just been a public holiday, so you can see, or the long weekends, you can see a lull recently as the business was obviously closed over that period of time. But before that, you can see all of these new sales coming in. So 81 sales in the last 30 days or $14,500 in revenue. And you can see all of those sales, 5, 1, 4 bookings a day, 4 bookings a day, 6 bookings, 2 sales, 4 sales. These are all people who've come to the website via Google. They've typed House Cleaning Services Brisbane or House Cleaning Brisbane. They've clicked book now and they've just literally booked online, all based on the fact that the website's ranked in Google. So I just wanted to show very briefly that, you know, SEO really is still alive and well, because it can be hard to see that sometimes. And it really does translate into some very real results and very significant results for a lot of businesses.
Yeah, wow, that's fantastic. Jason, I really appreciate your help, and I'm sure anyone watching this can see the benefits very quickly in relation to what to do to actually make digital marketing work so that they can obviously achieve their goals, which I know from my experience working with businesses and myself is branding is all nice. SEO ranking can be an okay thing, but what I know and what I know you and I have talked a lot about is that if we can understand the value and the result that our clients want to achieve, which we want to be far in excess of any fees or money that they're paying to get this type of work done. That's really our goal here, and I know that that's your goal, and that's why I've been really impressed with what you're doing, Jason, is that as a digital marketing agency, you're working hard to really understand what your clients want to achieve and make it measurable. And if they want to make $100,000 increased sales through good online digital marketing, you want to figure that out first, long before that you're ever going to determine, the plan and also, the fees that are going to come along with that, which I know result is far in excess of anything that they're going to invest in you, which makes that good business, right? So thank you, Jason. Again, so if you can just tell us, if people want to get in touch with you, they can go to your website and your email, which I've put below. And with that, Jason, if they've made contact with you, what happens from there?
Yeah, great. So we will get in touch and I'll set up a time. We'll have a bit of a chat. I'll find out a bit more about your business and what it is you're looking to achieve. Exactly as Trevor's saying, and something we've learned from Trevor time and time again now, is we'll determine what it is we're trying to achieve for you, get an understanding of that, and from there we'll be able to work out a plan as to if and how we can get results for you.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Well, thank you so much. I know you've got a busy day ahead. So do I, and I'm sure you do watching this video. So thank you for your time, Jason. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I will put Jason's details below. And as I say, nothing happens until something, you take the action to make something new happen. So whether you are looking at really getting a fix going with your digital marketing to help you achieve your goals, whatever they may be, increase sales, more leads, better branding, a better representation of what you do and how you help your customer and client base. Or, you're doing okay, but you want to look at how you can do things better, I would highly recommend that you have that conversation and meeting with Jason. I've been extremely impressed with their knowledge. But in closing, Jason, I do want to openly say what I've been most impressed with is that you have, from what I've seen, made quite a complex, what can be quite complex, very simple. I've really liked reading your proposals and how you articulate what it is that you're going to help your clients to do. And even from that presentation this morning, I found that to be very simple and clear to understand, which is, I know for all of us who are very busy, time poor, and very often on limited budgets, that's what we want. We want good results in a quick and efficient manner, and knowing that I think that we've actually got like a good, we don't try and fix our own car, do we? We take it to a mechanic. So having a good digital marketing mechanic that we know that is going to take good care of our car and have it keep running and driving and doing all the things that we want it to do for us. So thank you, Jason. I really appreciate your time. And any of you want to get in touch with Jason, details are below. He's a great guy. And I know that they'll do great work with you if you decide to go down that path. Thanks, Jason.
Fantastic.